I'm ready.
You need to think about, before we go, you just need to think about, this ain't about anything else. It's about you just getting your own voice out there, yeah?
All right, cool. No pressures, yeah?
Let's do it.
All
Oh,
right, let's see.
okay. My name's Kendra Houseman from Out of the Shadows, and these interviews are for Blondie's people that maybe could have been there in her past or in my future now. Today we're talking to Charlie. Now, usually I say, who are you and what you're doing now? But we're not doing that this time. This question
Mm-hmm.
and this interview is a bit more deeper. So, who are you and why are you here?
Basically, I'm Charlie Brown. I'm a young rapper and like hopefully trying being a young entrepreneur in it from Birmingham. And basically, we met when I think it was a speech, like a conference thing.
We was in
That
church, mate. We was in church.
yeah, Errol Lawson was doing it, and he's basically a young mentor of mine. So basically, from that, we've always kept in contact in it, and yeah, with everything that's going on recently, obviously George Floyd, and you've been on to me to get this interview done anyway, so thought it'd be perfect timing. You know what I mean?
It is perfect timing. When we was at the conference and we were talking, you spoke very openly, and this is why you're here. You're here because people don't know what it's like for people like us. When I say people like us,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
talking about people that are exposed to street culture and people
Uh huh.
don't really know what it's like. So I'm going to ask you the question. The first up question is, how did you get involved in street life? What led you there?
Um, well, it's mad, yeah, because obviously my family will always try to keep me away kind of from that and that, you know what I mean? But I'd say just the fascination of it all and that, you know, like jewels, girls, money, cars, and then also like having respect and that. Sorry, hay fever, but not corona. But yeah, literally, like I was saying, just having respect, money, power, the lot in it, and then you learn lessons from these people, obviously that you're around, and it's some of my elders and that they become like basically like family friends. You know what I mean? And so obviously you do drop off a certain man, but yeah, you learn some lessons and you value people. You get me?
The thing is, Charlie, though, you weren't born on the street, right? And I know for a fact, like right now, your nan, she wouldn't have any of your bullshit, right? So you've come from a good family.
I'm there with her now.
Yeah,
That's one reason why I'm there with her now. Like, we're
exactly.
not really trying to align ourselves with that anymore. Like, obviously, there's things that go on and that,
So
like, even to a close boy of mine. You know what I mean? I think probably seen that I posted about that it still comes on our doorsteps. We just pray for a better day and obviously just work towards a better future in it for
can you
us and our people on our own.
can you remember when you first become involved? Can you remember how it was that you suddenly switched from just, so for me, what it
A
was for
little kid
me
playing
is I
football
was,
and that to like
oh,
someone.
sorry, go on, say that again.
How I went from like being a little kid on the road playing football and that to like and Kirby and that and to doing bits. I'd say you know what, just over time and environmental condition and then just life choices, friends as well. But it was a thing where basically it started probably just chilling, just you know what I mean. You just chatting and it, you probably just got a bit of change off your mum and then over time, yeah, you want your own money, you want to do your own things, you want to be up in the hierarchy, so you take some risks, you know what I mean? And I ain't always been the biggest of risk takers, but even still I've had to take some, you know what I'm saying? So like, next thing you know, you probably from, I don't know, it starts in secondary school. For me, it started in secondary school, definitely. If not, probably before that, living in, because I've lived all over the place. So that's another thing in it, like environmental conditioning.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
environmental
yeah.
condition can have a big impact, can't it? You know that for a fact.
Yeah, well, think of it this way, right, in Kendra. Right now, I'm in Lazaro's hands off. Like people consider it as the ghetto. Yeah, but I'm mindset. I'm trying to do better in it. And then, but I've been in Aircots Green somewhere probably that's seen as a predominantly whiter area, an Asian area. It's still got black people around there, but it's not a ghetto. And you still see the bits happen. So it's not really where you are. It's the choices you make as well, and the people you're around. But it does have an impact, I would say. Yeah.
When I was involved in stuff, and I was involved in stuff from very young, I was always scared. You never would have known that, never, because I was always like I am now, quite feisty. But I was always scared. I was scared of
Yeah,
being
yeah.
robbed. I was scared of being attacked. I was just scared of getting into debt because if they took my food, I'd still owe the money. Can you relate to that? Was there ever fear
Yeah.
there for you?
I'd say one of the most fearful times for me was like Oh, I'll tell you a story, and I'm coming from here, from my nan's, going to Carnival in London, innit? And we used to have like a little firm of us, we'd meet up. And this is one instance. Like other times as well, I was probably selling crack and that when I was like 19 and going OT and that, and had a like when I had like a gun on me. But this one was mad. I was 14, coming to Carnival, like I said, at the barbers down the road and that, smoking a spliff for one geezer. You don't mind me rolling it, yeah. And boom, next thing you know, fucking some guy just pulls up. You get me? Walks up to the brother that's standing right next to me, yeah, and just stabs him up like. I'm there like raw, like I'm only 14, you know what I mean? But from that, like I don't know, your brain just becomes a bit of a norm to them things.
You become desensitized. The first time I saw a stabbing, it haunted me. I remember going home and being like, and then like the second, the third time, and then by the fourth time, I was just like, lucky it weren't me. That's how I felt. Lucky it weren't me. So how did that first time affect you?
Well, I ended up getting stranded in a carnival. Now, big man thing. Think about that one all the time, and that. But then I've been poked myself, so like, you know what I mean, it's not a joke when you really deep it. It's a thing where like you have to make some adjustments and you have to reevaluate what's going on. And I think like with the youth man of now today and that, yeah, unless you're really about it, like even certain people, yeah, that will listen to me and that, they probably don't rate me enough to think, yo, he's really about it because I ain't doing them things anymore, ain't trying to live that life. They ain't gonna listen until it's on the doorstep, until you experience for yourself, innit?
I agree with you. I do think you're right. And I think the fear that's there, people are scared to talk about. I think that the kids are too scared to, the kids are too proud to say they're scared. That's what I think.
Definitely. But also it's not being clued up. It's not being like one of my elders, I won't mention names, yeah, but he always says to me, anything that's gonna happen, yeah, you always have to measure up the jail that you might get. You know what I mean? So like
People, go
these
on.
youths ain't got that, someone ain't got that wisdom and they ain't got that education, they ain't got that thought process, that rational thinking. Yeah, then they're just out here lost really. They're going out here wild, innit? And without guidance or something to tone their to like invest all their fucking energy in and that. You know what I mean? It's other than gal, other than jewelry, other than I don't know, robberies and that. Then it's a mad thing, it's a destructive cycle.
Did you have anything to channel your energy into?
Music and one of my elders got me into boxing. I'm like loving for it because it showed me a bit of discipline. I had to be at that gym every day. I had to I basically worked there, you know what I mean? Because I didn't have nothing else going on. Even though at that time I still went off and sold crack and heroin and had a gun on me and that. At the age of 19, I was still doing my bits for that gym, innit? You know what I mean? So that and the music thing, and then the music thing now is becoming a thing where it's it could become like a career for man. It could be something that's actually fruitful.
Do you think if you didn't have boxing and music that you would have still been involved in the same stuff?
I'd definitely say if it didn't have music, yeah, and I'd say certain people as well. I ain't gonna say names and that, but obviously when you've got people that you can reason with that will like unlock the best in you, you know what I mean, and challenge you and that a bit, like so you make you want to better yourself. Then that also is very like helpful towards obviously your journey, innit?
A
So
lot
yeah, I'd say the music thing and like having the right people around me, that's made me switch it up. And you know what? And also another thing as well. Where is it? I
of
got to promote it. Reading this book
What's
from
that?
the
I can't see
postcode,
it. Oh
from the
yes, I've got
postcode
that. I've got that. Yeah, I've read that. Yeah.
Everill's thing. From that as well, reading that.
So
Not gonna lie to you.
Errol gave me that book the day I met you. The day of that conference, Errol gave me that book, and I read it. And I read it on the train home, and I remember being like, whoa!" And as it has an effect on you.
Yeah, well, I did. I'm not gonna lie, it did. I ain't even fully finished it, you know, because obviously I'm still trying to live and build my life up and that. But like, I got to practice, got into certain problems. You know what I mean? And then obviously I've just gone. It's become one of them where I was reading it from the start to finish, got to a bit deeper into the book and that, and then obviously quit. And then I've just been going through different sections to sections, and you know what I mean?
A lot of
I'm
people
really feeling informal doing this in an interview and that, but obviously,
go on. Why are you doing it? Tell me why.
cause I don't know, helps me channel my energy and like chill out a bit. It's better than me drinking because obviously drinking is like makes man's loose.
A lot of people think that what we talk about, the stuff that happens in the street, is hyped up, that it's not real. A lot of people think, oh, it's over exaggerated and it's not as bad as
Nah,
it is.
and a joke out here, man. Kendra, I'll be honest here, yeah. Last year, yeah, I consider him like my cousin, innit? Because I grew up with him. He's my mum's best friend's son. Yeah. We lost him. Yeah. The other day, not really even gonna mention names, but a good mate of mine, he got shot, you know what I mean? Like there's a woman got stuck up at gunpoint, yeah, on Lazar's Road. You can look at Birmingham Live. You know what I mean? Like it ain't a joke out here. This is why, like, even though it might seem like man are talking some softness and that when you're deeper on a rational level and that people need to better themselves, man. God is thing in a joke, you know what I mean? Like I don't want when I'm looking at my brethren and that and I'm looking at things that happen to my other brethren as well. Yeah, I don't want to have that type of I don't want to have that people affected like that and you know, I'm on a regular or due to something I've done.
So if I ask you stuff that, you know, that the media denies and stuff, you tell me if it's true or not, yeah? So is it true that 14-year-olds are out there selling crack?
Um wouldn't be surprised. I'm not trying to Gino one up or sound like I'm trying to hot the streets up, but I wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised that you know what I mean? Like that's a no comment one for me.
Exactly. And that's the problem. When they say stuff, we can't go out there and name the people that are involved because we could get
Yeah,
people in
you know what
trouble.
though? That's just how I've been. That's how I've been. My environmental conditioning. That's how I've been conditioned to be. I ain't one of them geezers. I ain't cut from that cloth. I'm saying like I'm not saying I don't know the reality of things that go on and that. Probably mans are out there. We've got youths out there that are doing that, but right
It's
in front of
very
my
powerful.
face and that like
Your
in front
silence on that is
of
very
my face right
powerful.
now. I can't. Mm,
The fact that you can't talk about it is exactly
yeah,
why I asked that question. I know that you can't. Okay, let's talk about
yeah,
mental
yeah.
health, right? So for me, my time on
Go
road
on then.
had a big impact on my mental health, okay? You the whole time we've been
Yeah.
talking, you've been skinning up a spliff because you're nervous and you're anxious and you're worried and you just want to channel that energy. So would it be fair for me to say that
Yeah.
the road has had an impact on your mental health?
Well, even still, I'm not always like worried about things or anxious all the time, you know. It's just obviously you have your little spouts and everyone
Yeah.
does. But it's a thing where like you see skunk and that, yeah, that has a mad effect on man's head. Like, I'll be honest with you, that has like made man's not as like I've been days where I'm thinking, yo, what the fuck am I thinking? And it's just due to smoking skunk. I smoke this yard as weed now, yeah, this marsh thing and that, you know, like the eye to this, the Rasta man and that. And it's a different, was different headspace you get me, but the road thing and that, I'd say, yo, really and truly, like it does that to everyone. I can't imagine, yeah, as someone that hasn't been affected mentally because of that. If you know, like that, if you're out here and you're doing things and you ain't been affected mentally and that, then you must be Superman or something.
What kind of impact does it have though, Charlie? Tell me, how does it affect your mental health?
Um, one for me, major one, trust issues. Don't trust nobody.
And how does that impact on your relationships?
Harsh. It's hard, isn't it? Obviously, even with family and that, like, don't trust motherfucker. You know what I mean? And it's not just me, my uncles like that. You know what I mean? My nan's like that.
Yeah.
But
Has
that's just environmental condition. That's in places where we've come up from. That's like the where you know what I mean. The things that we've probably had to experience and people we've seen and that, you know, like that. And when you've invested in things and you know like that. So trust issues one. I'd say yo, I'm very anxious around things like I think yo, I don't know. I always think yo, what could happen before things happen and like I say, you know, like clue up what actually possibilities come from the next actions that man have to do.
because you've had to think like that for a long time.
Yeah, yeah, and like obviously when when we was younger and that, lads move looser and that, yeah, you don't think like that. You don't until it's it all goes down to pot really, isn't it?
How has lockdown impacted on your mental health? So all of a sudden you've had to stay and had time to think. Has it had an impact or not?
Um, to be honest, I'll be honest with you, Kendra. I like to self isolate anyway, you know.
Same. I hate people.
Well, I'm not saying I hate people because I'm a people person. I'm a people
Well,
pleaser. Yeah, the people I love and like, and I've got time for, and definitely, I'd rather try to probably be around them a bit more. But it's also showed me up about myself. I'd say about where I need to up my game, and I need to jump, like how I need to step my game up, because really and truly, that's like this COVID thing, and that even though, like, yeah, you can't go out and that, really and truly, I broke all the rules, man. I'm not saying, like, I ain't been in my house. You know what I mean?
so you've been able to live your life, but by breaking the rules.
Yeah, like that's how it is.
We're going to talk about something that obviously is in the media at the moment, and I was going to write about
Yeah,
it, but I wanted to wait till I spoke to you. It is
yeah,
truly disgusting what is going on around the murder of George Floyd. It's disgusting. So I'm going to
yeah.
ask
It's
you a
crazy.
question. We're going to end it. We're just going to put things how it is, yeah, because everyone's out there banging, going racist, not racist, whatever. So have you ever been treated in a racial way by the police, Charlie?
Of course,
Why calls? I don't understand what you mean. What do you mean
of
call?
course, Kendra, of course. You have to answer that question. Of course, like I've been with my mates and that white mates. You know what I'm saying? Like I've grew up in two different environments. I grew up in Lazar's, Handsworth, these type of areas.
Yeah.
Not really tried to be involved with the man and like that because I knew some of the results of it. But I seen how feds the treat, man. I've been drawn up myself. All right, then I'll tell you a story. Another story. I'm coming here from I'm coming from Lazar's, yeah, over to Aircraft Green by my mum's, yeah. And my nan give me some sweet potato pie, yeah, in wrapped up in cling film. Yeah. So then, obviously, I'm just chilling in town with my bedroom for a bit, yeah, waiting to get by the train and it, because I don't really like doing buses, like fuck buses. You know what I mean? So, boom, on the train tracks or whatever, and that, yeah, my boys sparked up a split. Next thing you know, transport police have come over and started chatting to you, man, and that, talking this stuff and that, yeah. And they've seen this little block of sweet potato pie now, yeah, wrapped up in cling film and that.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
grab me up and that now, thinking it's a 9 bar or some weed and that. I'm thinking, no way. So like, I thought, yo, boom, try it, taste it if you really want. You get
Yeah,
me.
yeah,
Obviously,
yeah.
I'm young in it. You know what I mean? Naive. The geezer's there, like the police officer is there to be there, like, yo, am I gonna get stoned off this? So then, like, from that day, I knew, yo, police, come on, man. I'm not saying, yo, they're gonna deal with us how they're dealing with man over in America, but I tell you straight, like, from my personal experiences, from even that one little story, yo, where man of raw going, like the geezer had a spliff on him, an actual spliff. I had sweet potato pie,
And you
and
still got
I'm the one
treated
that's
that
getting
way.
cuffed up. You know what I mean? I've been out at nights out and that, yeah, and like you just see it, man. You know what I mean? I've been in like interracial relationships and that with this white girl before and that, and it's like, yo, boom. I'll be honest, another mental health issue and that, like you feel like, yo, am I like really accepted in that? You know what I'm saying?
Has it always been like that for you? Has that racism element always been there? It's always been there, but
Yeah,
have you always felt it, Charlie? Have you always felt it?
it's been, it's always something it's always something that does trouble a lot of young black men that they'll probably not talk about, or they'll probably have a lot of pride behind talking about it.
How do you feel talking about it?
I don't mind in it. Like I try to do it like Tupac and just be where my heart must be honest in it, make my voice heard. If they don't like it, then that's their problem.
Charlie, what needs to change? What needs to change for our young men and women out there?
I'd
What do you
definitely say,
think?
yeah, like lads need to be able to like talk about what's going on in their heads or their emotions and that, and try look towards, I don't know, just some things that are going to better their lives career wise, even if they are tuned involved in that, and they're dealing with certain things and that. Like there is other paths out there in it, and obviously older people as well, yeah, being able comfortable to like draw them up and say, oh, this is what you need to do, you know, and being that kind of role model. Like me, thankfully, I've got my uncle in it, and I've got my uncles, and I've got my elders in it. It's only due to like my fuck ups that I'm in certain positions I am, but due to me looking at them now, yeah, that's how I'm gonna fix it. But the youths, them and that, back to the question, like I'd say, oh, bum, if they can just get even a little bit of that type of mindset and just tune into that and read and that, and like, oh no, just find other ways about it, yeah, and just look towards better in their lives and that, not just doing any self-destructive shit. That's the first step.
That is a first step. And I think for you to be able to say that at 14, do you ever think that you'd be in a position now to say, come on now, we need to read? Like, listen to the things you're saying, Charlie, that they're deep. Do you ever see yourself being
Yeah,
like that?
no, but you know what? Back then, yeah, I would have said, "Yo, Charlie, be your wet story out, kid." But you're on about, to be honest, 2 months ago, I'd have probably said it.
You would have,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
A lot
Like,
is
I'm not perfect. I'm human. Next week, I might probably even say that. Like, it's only because of certain things that go on and that make you have to look at yourself. That you do start thinking, you know what? I've got to do these things to better myself, and I've got to like channel the energy into the right ways to get the results I want. Otherwise, then I'm just going to be looked on like some waste man. I ain't having no one look on me like I'm worthless.
Charlie, you are far from a waste man, let me tell you that. Have you learned anything about yourself during lockdown? Before we go, have you learned about other people that you didn't know before? Have you seen any changes?
Yeah, I've learned a bit of both. I've learned obviously, yeah, like I waffle a lot. Nah, but I think honestly, I've learned, yeah, about a bit of self discipline and that, and I've escaped my like certain environments in it because I ain't living at my mum's anymore.
Yeah.
So I've had to switch up a different mindset in it, and yeah, you know what? It's all on the way really. It's just like day by day, I'm just laying a brick every day. You know what I mean? Getting my own jobs, talking obviously to my uncle about probably buying his into his plastering thing and that, like learning off him and that. I mean, so really and truly, it's just day by day with me.
And you never give up. Like, there's plenty of times that you could just resort back to what you was doing, but you don't want that. You want to just keep moving forward the same way I do.
Yeah, I could walk down this house road now, right now, probably get a parcel of food.
But you
But
choose
it's just
not
no point.
to.
What's the point? You know what I mean? Like, there's no point. It's not gonna make my people look at me any better. It's all it's gonna do is just temporary money. You know what I mean? When I'm looking at my one cousin on the man, my other cousin that's got shot, my one that's on tag, my boy that's got shot the other day, my one cousin that got shot in the face and thingy like 2 weeks ago. You know what I mean? Joanne's godson, like, it's not a joke. You know what I'm saying? It's raw, not a joke.
Do you think we should end this by saying that the road is definitely no place for a child to be?
Well, you know what? If obviously, if they've been environmentally conditioned around it, yeah, they're gonna be magnified towards it because that's what's around them every day, and it's in their paradigm. But if you know someone, yeah, if a man wise man said to me, you know, yeah, if like if you can just keep looking at the people around you now, yeah, you'll see the results of what's gonna be your life, and it like, you know what I mean? No, well, I wasn't even saying. Sorry, right, you're gonna have to put that up. What I went about, it was thingy, sweet one. She says, yeah, look at the 5 people around you, yeah, and you'll see your future. It weren't my man. But yeah, I've still had people say them things to me, you get me?
My mum used to say to me, show me your friends and I'll show you yourself. And I'd be like, what do you mean? She said, the friends that you've got are who you are. So you can say, oh, I'm not like that man there, but you are because they're your friends.
Yeah,
And that's what
it's
my mum
mad.
like, yeah.
It's mad. Like, not gonna lie, yeah, there's certain friends that I've had before and that now, yeah, when I was doing certain things and that, yeah, them man can't ring me and talk to me again. And it's not even a disrespect thing. It's just
No.
they can't. It's just right, they can't. It's like, even if like I don't know, even if you was a couple of bags up or I was a couple of bags up, the conversation we're gonna have and that is just gonna be the past. It's not. There's no plans. You know what I mean? Here's the saying that I wanted to say. Yeah, boom. All right then. Little minded people, yeah, talk about other people. Yeah. Normal minded people talk about events, present things. Yeah. Business minded people make plans. That's the saying that he said.
Which one are you?
I'm business minded. I always make plans.
Always make plans.
Always make plans.
And do you think that the life for you in the future is going to be good and straight?
Well, be fruitful because I've had to obviously overcome some of these things on it. So like obviously you don't learn until you experience yourself, so you know not to go back on it. But at the same time, like it's built me up a business, like an entrepreneurial mindset. You know what I mean? Like selling them things, selling weed, selling sniff, selling this, that. Like it's built up a different type of mindset. It's just about channeling it into the right things now. Be it music, be it clothes.
It's about using what you've been taught on the street for something good, because you've been given all these skills, but you need to use them in a positive way.
Mm,
And you will.
understand. Mm, also, yeah, I definitely say yeah, it's been good chatting to you about this because, to be honest, like obviously I've had one, two things happen myself in it, yeah, and like I usually just express it through writing and music and that.
You do. And
You
it's
know what I
good.
mean? And it just, or just bury my emotions. So like, thank you.
I've appreciated it, Charlie. It's been a great interview.
All right, respect.
Thank you. I'm going to press stop now.